We can just talk about random stuff.
And like it's on right now?
It's on right now. It's on because we do the countdown, and there's always the
neon park.
So if you want to say anything stupid, it's on.
Everything I say is stupid.
Something stupid.
Tell me something good.
Yeah. So, Dad, do you like Little Feat?
I do. I don't know if I like their album covers.
He has such a problem with Neon Park or whatever his name is.
Whatever. Let's not let it disturb the
I like it.
evening.
It's nice and cartoony. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
let's
Well, it's
not.
odd. It's actually, but that's the whole thing. It's kind of like it catches your eye.
Yeah, let's not let it,
Like Waiting for Columbus is, it's interesting too. They're all interesting. So,
That's a tomato on a swing.
yeah, I know. It's weird. So anyway, well, thank
All
you.
right. Well, Steve has kind of got the lead tonight. I mean,
It's Steve's going away party.
I'll open up and close everything, but you
Finally getting rid of that stupid neighbor.
We're finally doing Little Feat. Yay!
I know, thank God. I finally get my way.
Yeah.
how about some Little Feet?
Why can't we ever do any Little Feat?
Ow! How about some Little Feet?
Hey,
And he's only doing the show under protest.
hey Al, how about some more Little Feat?
There's a
I'm
song.
gonna have to put a lot of beeps in here.
There's a song on here
There is a song on there.
that
Album.
is
It's a
called
record.
Gringo, and it features Nicolette Larson on backing vocals. Do you know her?
Yeah, I do know her.
Yeah.
See, these guys are kind of connected with like the LA connection. They're like an LA band, so they know all those people,
Yeah.
like the Jackson Brown artists and
Oh yes.
all those other people and all stuff like that. What do you think about this picture?
Yeah, it's pretty different. Like,
Does it upset you?
it's kind of
Does it
disturbing.
upset you?
It's a little
Can I
disturbing.
see?
And,
It's
you
a
know,
piece of cake on a swing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
it's-
there's like this little snail kind of like sailing
the-
shoes.
But it's more like.
I like
Is
it.
that what it's?
I
Is
like
that
that.
the album jacket for Sailing Shoes?
Yeah, that's the
Oh my
cover for
God.
sailing
I like
shoes.
it.
And
It's fun.
because she's got a.
And her little
She's
shoes
sailing.
flying around.
Yeah.
It's fun,
And the cake, it's actually most of a cake, just with one piece cut out right. You know,
Right where? What he's saying?
right between
Right
the
at
legs.
that like strategic place
Yeah.
between her legs.
Yes.
Kind of suggestive.
A little
Does it
bit.
upset you?
It whatever. It's fine. I'm okay with
Are
it.
you dealing with it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, get ready. I'm going to show you another one.
Are you offended?
Are you easily offended?
Then you don't want to see this one.
Then
Not
don't
that it
listen to this
would
show.
matter
Okay, now
much.
look at this one. They're driving up a hill. There's lightning coming at them. It's like a hill. There's George Washington and Marilyn Monroe in a car. And this is Feet Don't Fail Me Now.
Yeah.
Feet Don't Fail Me Now.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a little less offensive.
A little
That's
less.
not bad. Oh, I mean, they're not offensive. They're just kind of different. What about Dixie Chicken? What's that?
And then this Dixie Chicken is actually the tamest of all the covers. Well, Time Loves a Hero is tame. But, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's that. And Time Loves a Hero, I think he did that cover. He probably did.
All right.
Still good.
I'm going to end this recording. We're going to get to the show.
Al's Album Hour. Hello and welcome back to Al's Album Hour. Yeah, it's been, I don't know how long it's been, a couple of weeks. But for us, it's longer because we don't necessarily record the day of. So anyway, I'm here with my son, my producer, my co-host, David. Hello, David.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. And we're also here with our neighbor and our other co-host, Steve Gickler.
Hey, what's happening? This is my last show for a while since I'm headed. Don't cry. Al, do you need a tissue? Don't cry. Okay. No, I'm unfortunately I'm leaving the East Coast and headed back to the West Coast because it's much warmer there. And no, I really don't want to leave, but we gotta go visit some relatives for the holidays and all that jazz. But this is going to be a fun show. I finally get to play Little Feat.
Woo!
Yes, I've been bugging Al for like how many months now?
Since we've been doing the show?
What show is this? Number 1000 or something?
10.
Number
10!
It only seems like 1,000 shows. But no, it was good. I had to pay Al like $10 so he would play my record. But
You had to bribe him.
I'll get you that money, Al. Don't worry.
He would just blow them if I didn't take the money. He'd just go blow it on vinyl.
On another record.
On bad vinyl.
I actually bought 2 records today, but we'll talk about that later. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so tonight we're going to do an album by Little Feat, and it's actually... Okay, and it's actually it's a collection of songs released in 1981, and it was released after the death of Lowell George. And I'm probably going to have Steve chime in a little bit more, than usual, because he's really the Little Feat expert. And the album is called Hoi Hoi.
Hoi hoi!
And it was released in July of 1981 on Warner Brothers Records, and the producer was Bill Payne, member of the band, George Massenburg, and Paul Barrere.
Yes, close enough. Guitar player, songwriter, one of the main people now in Little Feat. But at the time, he was the new boy. Okay, and there's a little bit of some connections that we'll talk about later. Connections with Lowell George. Lowell George was a great guy. Unfortunately, he passed away of a heart attack because he liked to party too much. And I know, that is too bad, really. And he kind of was like workaholic. He really put his entire everything into this band and to get the records made, and it was a tough start for the band. They weren't kind of famous right away. They have a sound that's totally unique to them. It's Little Feat that's playing, and that's a good thing, but unfortunately it's hard to sell that sound, and it doesn't fit mainstream. And even back in the 70s, it didn't even fit mainstream. And so the first couple of records didn't do much, but then they kept pushing, and like everything, their word of mouth came from live shows because they really were a kick-ass live band. And that's kind of the beginning in a nutshell.
Woo!
So, shall we spin it, boys?
Yeah!
Okay, now I just also want to tell you, this is a double album, so you're getting twice as much double happiness tonight.
Yeah, it's a double happy stream.
It's a 4 sides of happiness.
Yes.
So, and you're getting this is a best of, and it's kind of it's probably, if you buy any Little Feat record, just start out with. This is a good one to start out with. But I would just recommend just buy all the early ones. I like the Lowell George records the most.
This is Happy Hour.
Happy Hour, happiest hour. And then, but this is a really good start because it has a lot of songs on it. It is a double album, and I don't know what the song count is, but it's quite a few songs, and it's a best of kind of all the early albums. Sorry, Al, did I talk too much on your show?
No, but I didn't realize it was a double album.
Oh, does that upset you?
So now it gets double the airplay of like whatever else we might have played.
Maybe we'll
No, I say it's totally fine. Okay, so let's
definitely gonna
let's spin this. What do you say?
Let's all have a happy ending.
Yes.
So this is side one of Hoi Hoi, Little Feet.
Okay, that was side one of the Hoi Hoi album. I just love this band to death. And it has, like, side one has two of my favorite songs on there. One is Rock and Roll Doctor, and the other one is Easy to Slip. And I just could listen to Easy to Slip on repeat all day long. I love it. David has a great song that he likes.
I love Skin It Back. It's really funky and it's a fun jam.
I don't know this band.
But, Al, do you like this band? Maybe
I do.
Maybe after, like, listening to four sides of Little Feat, you'll begin to appreciate.
And more bourbon.
And that's right. I need another bourbon. More bourbon.
This is side two of Hoi Hoi by Little Feat.
Gotta clear my throat. Okay, I have a little bit of a rant and roll here. Last Friday, I forget the date, was ever the 23rd or something like that, was Record Store Day again. Well, it's a yay, but it's a nay to me. Record Store Day used to be like once a year. Now it's like, seems like it's every 3 months now. And it is kind of cool. It's fun. All these bands either re-release records or they make special issues on colored vinyl. Maybe sometimes they put a bunch of songs together that are just on a single or something like that. And it is kind of fun. But the trouble is you have to go to the store. It was like a Black Friday thing. And so it's like mayhem. It's like craziness. And not every record store has all the records because there's about 5,000 different releases. And then they siphon them off to record stores. And if you got a small record store, you only get a few of them. If you got a big record store in New York, you get a ton of them. A ton of different kinds. And I only went to Record Store Day once, and it was a nightmare. Just trying to get what I wanted. And by the time I got to the cash register, they had sold out on 3 of the records that I wanted. So then I ended up buying this trash, stupid other stuff that I didn't really want. But either way. But this last Record Store Day, they did release a Madonna double vinyl, clear vinyl, Frozen, Rayolite is on there. But, and that's the record I bought today. I bought it online because I didn't want to go through the Record Store Day book. That's my rant and roll.
What do you think about that? King of ranting and rolling, Alan Hurlbert.
Well, now I'd like to rant and roll about Madonna. No,
No!
I'm kidding.
You don't like Madonna? Well, but the early stuff is really doesn't hold up, but some of the stuff is good. And the album that I bought today is it's a pretty solid record. Sorry, did that upset you, Al?
No.
This is the Did That Upset You, Al episode.
Yes.
We'll put that in the description of all the little bits that he got upset.
It might have been too long of a story for in between, but
Yes. A little bit longer of a little story.
Here's side 3 of Hoi Hoi,
Little Feat.
Little Feat.
I think you're gonna say it. More bourbon, Al?
Okay, that was side 2,
3.
3.
More bourbon?
That was side 3 of Hoi Hoi by Little Feat.
How many Quaaludes did you take today?
And I think I think Steve wanted to talk a little bit about the origins of the name Little Feat.
Steve? A little bit, part of our little connection I'm going to give away a little bit right now.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert. It's not really a big deal, but Lowell George played in Frank Zappa Mothers of Invention, along with a whole bunch of other great artists and well-known people. And then Bill Payne, who is the piano organ player for Little Feat, auditioned, but he decided not to join the band. And some other people kind of came in. The Mothers bassist Roy Estrada and drummer Richie Hayward were kind of in the Zappa band and from related bands. So that's how they got into Little Feat. And the name is Little Feat, Feat. But in the beginning, somebody was kidding, Jimmy Carl Black was kidding Lowell George, saying Little Feat, like Feet. But in homage to the Beatles, they did it Feat, just like the Beatles is Beatles. How do you spell the Beatles? God, that little known band.
This is Steve Spelling Bee. The word is Beatles.
Beatles. Beatles.
You have to spell it out.
Beatles.
Woo!
Yeah, you did it.
Next word, Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. But no, there's a bunch of little stories, and I'm not going to go into all of them, but about how Zappa, Lowell George was in Zappa's band, and he wanted to have him, gave him the song Willin', and Zappa didn't want to do it, and it's either Zappa fired him because he thought Lowell George was too good of a player and thought he should get his own band, or it was because Lowell George did a 15-minute guitar solo with the amplifier turned off, which that would piss anybody off, I guess. You know?
Yes.
And then it was just the other thing was the song Willin' is just a great song. Tons of people have covered it. And it has reference to drugs and alcohol. And Zappa didn't want to do a song about drugs and alcohol. And so that's why he fired Lowell George. But
even though Zappa did plenty of all of that.
Yeah, who knows?
Steve, they were on drugs!
I don't know. But then the other thing with the song Willin' is that it became kind of a big hit for Linda Ronstadt. And there's many people that have covered it. You know, many. Probably too many to list right now, but it's just a great song. And I first heard it when a band out of New England covered it. They're called Sea Train, and they did that song Willin', and that's the first time I had heard it. And then I found out that Lowell George did it. So, but yeah, the band went through a lot of trials and tribulations because of it was Lowell George. He kind of was his baby. He kind of wanted to do everything like kind of his way, which is okay. But when it's a band, it's a collective energy, and so you need to listen to everybody else. But he did put his heart and soul into it, and that might have been why he worked so hard, and maybe that's what killed him. You know, who knows? But they broke up over. Are you doing the signal?
We're doing the applause in there. We're gonna throw in the applause.
Is this story too long?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
I'm done. No, but that's just a little bit of background. And just the only thing I want to say is that on one of the channels, I can't remember which one now, whether it's Netflix or something, there's a great story about Lowell George. And if you really want to find out about him, about the band, and all the trials and tribulations of what they all went through, It's check it out. It's about an hour and a half long, and it's a really great rockumentary about little feet.
Thank you, Steve. Sorry, we were just busting your balls.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
Well, nothing that I can say on the air about you, Al. But I'll let your mom say things like that.
Add in a clip with Ethel saying something.
Oh, boy.
Did that upset you?
No.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. We even played side 4 yet. I know this show is going to be like 3 hours long. But side 4 is...
we haven't.
We're going to flip the record, and then we're going to... David, can you flip the record, David?
Yeah, I'll flip it.
Holy Jesus.
Here's a little gymnastics for you.
It was the first lady.
What?
Right on the record player. I flipped it in the air, and it made it right on.
Just like a pancake.
Oh, yes. So this is side 4 of Hoi Hoi by Little Feat.
Here's Santa.
Hoi, 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 hoi. Hello, children. How are you?
Santa. Ha ha ha.
And that was the last side 4 of Hoi Hoi by Little Feat. I thought we'd talk about any other comments about the actual music. And I wanted to, I said that I'm not really, didn't know that much about the band. I mean, I know some of their songs, but not on this album so much. Rocket in My Pocket, I that I know well. But one...
Personal experiences from that?
No.
Does it upset you?
No, but one that I didn't realize was the song that another one I liked is All That You Dream, and this recording is from the Lowell George tribute concert, and it features Linda Ronstadt. So I really like that one. So how about you guys? Any particular numbers that you like?
I liked all of it. I gotta say, can't really pick any specific song, but it was a happy ending.
Numbers? You mean like numbers? I'm pretty partial to the number 7, but if you meant songs, okay. I like just the. I love this whole album. I love this band, but Feet Don't Fail Me Now is great. It's just the last song on the record, and it's just you can't really categorize this band at all. I mean, they play so many different styles, and that's the problem. They just can't. They don't fit the mold, but they're still around. If you get a chance to see the band, they're still just as good. They rock out. They're kind of a jam band, and they have a lot of connections with a lot of people. They basically were like the studio band for Robert Palmer's first 2 records, and they did a lot of Little Feat songs, Lowell George songs, and he did a lot of work with Lowell George did a lot of work with Linda Ronstadt. They were a Los Angeles band, so they were kind of entrenched with all those bands, all those people in the 70s, Eagles, Jackson Browne, and all those studio musicians and all those guys. And so that's a little bit of a connection there. I love them. Check them out.
I like that. It's a good happy ending.
That's good. David, do you have anything else to say to kind of wrap it up?
This is Steve's last time being on the show for a little bit. But Steve, it's great to have you on the show as always, and we love you. So thank you for being on the show every time and dealing with us.
It's a lot of fun. I love you guys too. It's just a lot of fun when we get together. The train kind of jumps off the tracks sometimes, and but that's what it's all about. It's just about fun, and it really is about music and sharing music, and music that I enjoy and that Al enjoys and David loves too. And we just want to spread all the music to everybody and just say, listen to music and spin some vinyl, buy some vinyl, download some music, buy a CD, make some music, create some music. And then it's all about fun and good times.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we're gonna wrap it up, and Steve kind of took my little ending thing there about just make sure that you realize that a lot of these guys either never made a lot of money, or they lost all their money, or they,
Died before they made their money.
Yeah. So it's really a good idea to invest in music. It's always a good thing. Always fun to have it around to listen to. So until we meet again, wish you guys all hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We'll probably be back in a couple weeks. Like David said, we're not sure exactly what's going to happen with Steve being on the show, but
We'll do it long distance. We're gonna have a long distance Al's album hour.
Thanks to Captain Patrick O'Shaughnessy here. I'm ready to take you home, Steve. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess it's time to go home.
It's time to get high and up in the air, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I thought you meant the good high.
It's a happy ending everywhere, isn't it?
Everybody's getting a happy ending, yes.
So this is Al of Al's Album Hour saying good night until next time.
Spread the word.
Spin some vinyl, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks for listening.
Oh, shit, I missed my plane.
Steve, grab the rope. We're bringing a rope down.
Ah, it's burning my hands. Ah. Bye-bye. Okay, I just wanted to put this out. I'm sorry if you're easily offended. You maybe shouldn't listen to this show, but it's all in good fun. And we don't condone excessive use of alcohol. We don't condone the use of drugs, illegal or prescription. And we don't condone the use of bad language. But then again... Just kidding, motherfucker!
He's hyperventilating again.
Breathe. Just breathe out.
Oh my God.
Wow, what a night.
That's all, motherfucker.